Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm actually in the lab now, so I'm going to pull off my gloves. So I have a very special guest with me today. She want to share some few things about doing research in Canada. So I think this should apply to anyone doing research in US as the case may be. So let's get to meet our special guest for today. What's your name?
My name's Ren.
Okay, and where are you from?
I'm from China.
Okay, good. So I'm from Nigeria.
This is my second year.
Second year. You liking your master's so far?
Kind of. It's quite challenging, but
yes. So research it's challenging because you have to do a lot of research work and the expectations are really high, right?
Yeah, true.
Okay, so your undergrad was, what did you do your undergrad?
I'm also in nutrition.
Nutrition, okay.
Yeah, in the same university.
Yeah, so we're at the University of Alberta in Canada, and I know when I finished my bachelor's, I was thinking about doing a master's. I have my own reasons, so let's get to hear from Ren. You know why she decided to do a master's.
So I was in honor program for my undergrad, and then I went to a lab for my last year.
Okay.
And then did a little bit of research, and then I was like, that's quite interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. And so then I applied for the master.
Absolutely. So it's the same with me, right? So I did some couple of undergrad courses, and then I did a little bit of research for my fourth year. So I found it interesting. You know, let's give it a try to a master's degree, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, my undergrad was in Nigeria. So I moved over to Memorial University for my master's, and now I'm doing my PhD. So she finished from the U of A and then doing her master's and now at the same U of A. So it was really a very interesting. Do you like it so far?
Yes, and I like our department actually. All the profs are so nice here.
Yeah, the professors. So in case you are planning to apply, you know, come to U of A and then come so that you can be the third person in this conversation. So I know a lot of people think about how tedious research is.
Mm-hmm.
So, but before I talk about research, so you have to do some courses, right? Which courses do you have to do?
Well, it's kind of tricky because I finished my undergrad also at the U of A.
Okay.
So I almost took all the nutrition courses during my undergrad. So for my master, I took a course that can teach us how to do literature review, how to do paper searching, those kind of things.
Absolutely.
And then I did a second course that is a reading project. So it's more specific to my own project. Yeah. And then the third one is the one that I'm taking now.
Okay. So
a lab course.
So she's doing a lab course now, and then that's how come we're actually working together. We're doing the thin layer chromatography. So I'm actually just guiding her through. So yeah, that's one thing I always like to tell people. Don't say you don't have a lot of research experience during your undergrad, even though it's just like a final year project. That's fine, because when you come here, they are going to teach you a lot of things: how to search for paper, how to write literature review, right? How to even critique a paper, right? And actually how to write a paper. There are lots of resources available. So don't be scared of research. It's intensive, but you know there are definitely resources available. Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's go to a very tricky question. So after a master's, are you planning to do a PhD?
It's very likely, yes.
Very likely. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So when she's doing PhD and there are some other people doing the course, then at that time you'll be teaching them, right?
Yeah, true. Like you.
Yes, for sure. So if you ask me, well, already doing PhD, but if let's say peradventure you do PhD, do you think you would like to be a professor?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
If you ask like let's say 100 PhD students if they actually want to become a professor, I would say maybe 10 out of 100 or even maybe 5 will tell you that they actually want to become a professor, because it's a lot of work, right? You do your master's, PhD, you do postdoc, maybe like 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years, and then your position opens up and then you apply to become professor, so it's a lot of work, right? And then you really have to be on top of your game in terms of your publications and everything, right?
True.
So let's talk a little bit about research. So what's the research? What are you working on in your project?
So my research is more about nutrition immunology.
Okay.
So we are kind of exploring the effect of certain fatty acids on immune function, especially for infants.
Infant.
Yeah.
All right. Good. So don't worry about all the intricacies and all the nitty-gritties of our research work. So it's all related to IFAD and the immune systems, and then related to some kind of fatty acids. For me, I work in nutritional oncology, so I do a kind of a cancer research. So basically, I'm looking at how to improve the quality, not just quality of life, but the survivor for cancer patients using nutritional interventions. I do a preclinical model. We use kind of rats to do our study. So what model do you use? Do you use rat or cell culture?
Also animal study.
Animal study.
Yeah,
so
rats.
yeah, I remember doing the animal study that you have to do this long animal training, right? This part 1 and part 2 of the animal training.
Yeah, like a lot of certificates.
Yeah. So there is before you are allowed to even handle a rat, there are a lot of things you need to do, a lot of training, right? Because you want to make sure that you really know how. They don't want you to oppress the rats, and they want to be handled correctly. So everything has to be, you have to be properly trained for that. Okay.
Yeah.
So now you're done with your course, so you're just basically doing research now?
Yeah, sure.
So just come to a lab, do experiment, and is that all?
That's part of what we're doing, but we're also writing papers, abstracts, participating some conference.
Okay.
And then
have you attended any conference?
Yeah.
Outside of Edmonton?
No, the coming one for me is the weekly.
Oh, where is that taking place?
2 weeks later.
Oh, 2 weeks. Where is it taking place?
I think it's an online one, but
Oh,
usually
online.
it's not.
Okay. I prefer to go for in-person conference.
I like that too,
Yeah, because you meet if it's online, you basically don't have to, you don't meet a lot of people, right? But when it's in person, it's beautiful. I remember I went to where was at my last conference? Yes, in Quebec.
Oh, I want to go there.
Oh my goodness, the Canadian Nutrition Society conference. It was beautiful. Like the environment and this, I actually went to the swimming pool. I went to the swimming pool. I think actually the day I was leaving, I was to leave the hotel at I think 12. I said I'm so busy during the conference. I said, this morning I must go to that swimming pool because if I leave, I don't have swimming pool in my apartment at home. So basically, let me just enjoy it right there. It was fun. It was really exciting, and because you get to meet a lot of people, right?
Yeah, a very good way to interact with people.
So let's talk about statistics a little bit. So is there a lot of statistics involved in your project in terms of data analysis?
Because I'm doing animal studies, compared to those big clinical trials, I would say ours, it's a bit easier.
Yeah.
But mine study design is a bit complicated, so there are a lot of interactions between groups that make the statistics a little bit difficult.
Interesting. So even when I started my master's program, so I really have to do there was a course on statistics that I took, so it was because that's basically what my professor normally do for like a lot of master students. So she'll make sure that you do all the statistics, because it's basically you have 2 different groups or 3 groups, right? Picking controls, and then how do you do significance difference, p-value, ANOVA, and all of these things just to analyze your data, right? So it's good, right, if you can take a statistics course. And then if you also have, let's say, master's or PhD students, like older students in the lab, that actually have experience doing statistics, so they can actually guide you through, right? But it's good to have that scientific, that knowledge, so that when somebody is teaching you, you know, it becomes easy, right?
True.
Absolutely. Okay. Let's talk about, you know, the last part I want to talk about. So is there any other thing you do outside of research? Like, you know, do you have any hobby, you know, anything you love to do outside of research?
Yeah. Okay. I'm now learning figure skating.
Oh, skating.
Yeah, but it's more like a dancing on the ice.
Oh, okay.
Spin, jumps.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I see. Okay. I don't think I would try that. I don't want to break my bone. Okay.
I fell down so badly yesterday on the ice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry to hear
but
that.
that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. For me, outside of lab, I do YouTube. As you're watching, I do YouTube, and that's mostly what I do outside. And then I do some other, you know, church activities and some, you know, mentorship. I do like a mentorship. So in case you're watching this video and you want a one-on-one mentorship, so there's going to be a link in the description. So reach out to me through email, through WhatsApp, or through my website, and then we can definitely have a chat. You know, if you want to come and do masters in Canada, in the US, you know, it's basically the same process, right? And I know getting a supervisor, it's a big deal, right? So let's just talk about that before we end the video. So the current professor you're working with now, how did you kind of know about the professor, and how did you approach that first approach? Is usually the big thing. How did you go about that first approach?
So I just go to our website, the school website, and then find our department. And there's a bunch of lists about the professor. Then I go through every person, and I found the supervisor that I'm working now. She has the highest citation index. I was like, oh, she's so good at this. She's so, you know, powerful. And then so I email, and then I read through her paper and then say, oh, that's kind of interesting. So I sent an email to her saying that I'm a undergrad doing a honor program in nutrition. I have kind of lab experience before, blah blah blah, and then ask her, are you looking for any master students, or if you have any fundings available to support the master student? And then I think it's 1 or 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Later, she emailed me back. And said she would like to have a talk with me, and then that's kind of how it goes. Oh,
wow, that's good. So that's basically how it's done. There is no, you know, there's no magic about it. So if you're interested in a particular program, go to their website. If you see a particular professor that is doing the research that you are interested in, you know, get that email, right, and then read few of their papers, and then send them an email. Okay, talk about your background, your experience, you know, why you're interested in the lab, and then how you'll be a good fit in the lab, and then just wait, right? And then you can email multiple professors doing the same thing. Just peradventure one doesn't reply, because especially those that are coming from Africa, you know, like if your professor said that somebody is emailing her from U of A email, it's much easier, right? So if you're emailing her, that's why most times it seems that they don't respond, because if you're emailing them from, like, let's say another country outside of Canada with a Gmail, if it doesn't enter if the email don't enter their spam, if they receive it, they're just a bit skeptical, right? So that's why you have to put in your very best to tell them why you're a good fit, you know, because it's easier for them to, you know, to recruit students that are already in the university. So that's why, you know, students from outside, that you're competing with the best, you know, like REN. Okay, so if you're coming from outside, if you're coming from outside of Canada, so you're already competing with REN. You already did her, you know, undergrad in the school, and they want to do their masters. So that's why you have to put in your very best. Keep sending. In case you send email, you didn't get any response, just keep sending, don't give up. It is when you give up, you're just one email away from getting a professor. Maybe the next, I think probably sent maybe more than 50 emails to different professors before I finally got mine. So just keep sending. And then in case you want to reach out to me to just look through your email, and I can do that, reach me through my website. If you want to keep talking, there are still lots of things to share, but I think Ren need to relax now because she's been working since morning, right?
Yeah.
All right, so thank you everybody for watching this video. If you haven't liked this video, please like this video. It's really good to help the YouTube algorithm recommend this video to other people, and then more people are also going to see this video as well. So that's all we can do for today. Thank you everyone. I will see you in the next video. Bye.